Joe Rogan and Greg Gutfeld team up to humiliate Howard Stern on live TV, a showdown for the ages. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we have an epic showdown that you won't want to miss. Joe Rogan and Greg Gutfeld just teamed up to take down Howard Stern live on TV, and the results were nothing short of legendary. What happened during this explosive encounter, and how did Stern react? Stick around as we break down all the jaw-dropping details from this unforgettable clash. In a live television event that has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, Joe Rogan and Greg Gutfeld joined forces for a segment that will go down in history as one of the most entertaining clashes of personalities ever broadcast. The stakes were high, and the banter was sharper than ever as the two prominent figures set their sights on the self-proclaimed king of all media, Howard Stern. What unfolded was a dazzling display of wit, humor, and unabashed rivalry that left audiences roaring with laughter and disbelief. The showdown took place during a special episode of Gutfeld's late-night talk show, where Rogan was invited as a guest. Fans were already buzzing with excitement when the announcement was made, knowing that a dynamic duo of this caliber could only lead to something spectacular. Both Rogan and Gutfeld are known for their unapologetic commentary and comedic prowess, so when the topic of Howard Stern came up, sparks were bound to fly. The segment started innocently enough, with Gutfeld introducing Rogan and discussing their respective careers. "We're both guys who enjoy having open conversations and maybe ruffling a few feathers along the way," Gutfeld said, setting the tone for what was about to transpire. But as soon as Stern's name was mentioned, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. "Let's talk about Howard Stern," Rogan said, a mischievous glint in his eye. The audience erupted in cheers, knowing that this would be a topic worth exploring. "I mean, what happened to the guy? He used to be the voice of the people, but now it seems like he's just another grumpy old man complaining about everything." Rogan's words landed like a bombshell, and Gutfeld was quick to jump in. "Right, it's like he's forgotten what made him famous in the first place. He used to break boundaries, and now he's just breaking wind," Gutfeld quipped, and the crowd roared with laughter. The camaraderie between Rogan and Gutfeld was palpable, a perfect blend of irreverence and humor that set the stage for an unforgettable night. As the banter continued, both men took turns poking fun at Stern's recent radio antics. "I heard he's been getting pretty cozy with the cancel culture crowd," Rogan remarked. "Is he trying to win a popularity contest, or is he just scared of being called out? It's like he's forgotten how to be edgy." Gutfeld added, "Maybe he should change his name to Howard Stern Lee, because he's certainly not the same guy we used to know." The audience was in stitches, and it became clear that both Rogan and Gutfeld were not holding back in their quest to humiliate Stern. Clips of Stern's past interviews and infamous moments were played, allowing Rogan and Gutfeld to dissect them with relentless commentary. "Remember when he had all those wild guests on his show? Now it's all about his opinions and grievances," Rogan exclaimed, shaking his head in disbelief. As the laughter continued, the energy in the studio reached a fever pitch. Fans were already taking to social media, sharing clips of the segment and expressing their delight. "This is the content I live for. Rogan and Gutfeld are a dynamic duo," one viewer tweeted, while another chimed in, "Howard Stern doesn't stand a chance against these two." Not one to back down, the duo pressed on, discussing how Stern's shift in tone has affected his overall audience. "I mean, does he even know who his listeners are anymore?" Gutfeld asked, his expression incredulous. "He seems to be more concerned about appeasing the critics than entertaining his fans." Rogan nodded in agreement, adding, "It's like he's become a shadow of his former self. Where's the Stern who would push boundaries and challenge norms?" The segment reached its climax when Gutfeld decided to bring out a surprise guest, a longtime Stern fan who had turned away from his show. "I used to love Howard, but now it feels like he's lost his edge," the guest said, echoing the sentiments that Rogan and Gutfeld had expressed throughout the segment. "I want to laugh, not hear him complain about everything." Rogan and Gutfeld seized the opportunity to reinforce their points, encouraging viewers to embrace comedy that challenges the status quo rather than retreating into a bubble of political correctness. Comedy should be about pushing boundaries, not enforcing them, Rogan declared, and the audience erupted into applause. As the segment drew to a close, Rogan and Gutfeld shared a lighthearted moment, joking about how they might need to send an apology card to Stern if he ever finds his sense of humor again. The camaraderie and chemistry they displayed were infectious, leaving viewers with a sense of joy and entertainment that is often missing from today's political discourse. The fallout from the segment was immediate, with media outlets picking up the story and discussing the implications of Rogan and Gutfeld's critique of Stern. This could mark a turning point for Howard, one analyst noted. If he doesn't adapt, he risks alienating his audience even further. As the internet buzzed with reactions, fans eagerly anticipated the next moves from all involved. Would Stern respond to the jabs? How would his fans react to this public humiliation? The questions lingered, creating a palpable tension in the air as the world of entertainment held its breath. In the days following the showdown, memes and clips from the segment went viral, solidifying Rogan and Gutfeld's status as a force to be reckoned with in the media landscape. Their ability to entertain while tackling serious issues resonated with audiences, prompting discussions about the role of comedy in today's society. As for Howard Stern, it remains to be seen how he will respond to this unexpected critique. Will he rise to the challenge and reclaim his status as a boundary-pushing media figure, or will he continue down the path of complacency? Only time will tell. One thing is certain: Joe Rogan and Greg Gutfeld have set the bar high for what it means to engage in meaningful discourse while keeping it entertaining. Their fearless approach to tackling controversial figures has left fans eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this ongoing saga. Thanks for joining us as we relived the epic showdown between Joe Rogan and Greg Gutfeld as they humiliated Howard Stern live on TV. The laughter, the jabs, and the unforgettable moments made for a legendary segment that will be talked about for weeks to come. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates on the stories that matter. What do you think about Rogan and Gutfeld's take on Stern? Are you Team Rogan or Team Stern? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay tuned.